afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero, Site Defender of the Fatherland, offered an exciting, amazing 1 vs. 1 owner, Vilshanka. In the West, it's Syraw, fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Here, taking on the role of the 3rd Armoured Division. West and East, it is Hatcat. Because I can't read Korean, but I know his profile picture is that of a cat in a hat. Little one. So, you know, Hatcat. Fighting for Germany, Deutschland. Rolling out here with the 2nd Panzer Division. With Jaeger Infantry, German Infantry and Assault Support versus Heavy Cavalry, Infantry and Rifle Company. With mostly Infantry there with a Panzerfaust and Grenade Range. They're going on. Double Pioneers out here for Hatcat, allowing to see territory fast on the field and also secure it. Versus the Americans, that I feel this one's perhaps a bit redundant. Usually one likes to secure the fuel point, but here, I don't think it's so relevant there. But while going on the centre of the Syraw, he's certainly taking no chance of this as well. Pioneers heading southwards. And then there'll be more Grenadiers here soon, an MD42 for Hatcat as he sends his Pioneers further northwards. Sandbags going out there. In the south, we got barbed wire here to deny cover to the Americans, who are seizing territory in there as well. Grenadiers could try and move ahead, but again, there's going to be very little cover for them to use. They could try and head northwards to the church, back the Pioneers up here. More barbed wire in this regard. Hatcat is very consistent about this. Sandbags, then barbed wire. More Grenadiers there for Hatcat in the south. Barbed wire going down there for Syraw as well. Both players are very focused on that. And we go first engagement. Grenadiers versus Riflemen. Grenadiers catch the Riflemen out negative cover. There you go, forcing them to pull back since they can't easily cross into the church before the Grenadiers reach it anyways. So Syraw have realised he just has to fall back. Sandbags up here as well. They're afraid they could just, wire off this bit instead. I think just work out reasonably well. 3rd Rifle's on the way there for Syraw. In the south, Reason's moving ahead here. Pioneers almost got the southern point here, but they have to face off against Reason soon. More Grenadiers moving in. They could intercede. 3rd Grenadier squad there for Hatcat. No sign of the MD42 as of yet. Up here, Grenadiers versus Riflemen. Grenadiers, Riflemen both down 1, but in a longer match, the Grenadiers should theoretically have the advantage here. Due to having better, though only marginally better, DPS sort of long range compared to the Riflemen, who compared to the up close range, they have a 50% advantage, like in DPS there. So there's a bit of a disparity there. Anyways, Riflemen, they're taking some further casualties here from the Grenadiers, down to half of they go down to 2 men. Again, as you might notice, while the Grenadiers might have an advantage, it's not a big one. So you kind of want more support than usually. Reasons moving up here, Grenadiers moving down south here to help deal with the rations on the fuel point there tonight to them. North Pioneers fighting against the Reactions there. Grenadiers going to fight against Riflemen. Going here for the cover point, trying to probably also flank behind the Americans, in which case you could actually sort of win tactically there. In the south, Grenadiers almost got the Reactions there. Go forcing the way. We got more Riflemen in here though for Syraw. Up north, more skirmishing. Grenadiers are interesting enough not trying to support the other Grenadiers here. They're slowly bleeding out here. Riflemen push back down to half health. There we go, Grenadiers abandoning the church. Grenadiers are now finally getting up to support here, but a bit late here in the south. Grenadiers versus Riflemen up close. Looks like the Grenadiers will be getting some good hits here, but still it is, I think, one engagement the Grenadiers might end up losing. Then again, very close here, Pioneers moving in. Up north here, Grenadiers successfully falling back here after having harassed a bit. More Riflemen going to move in here. Still, both players have managed to cut off the other one's fuel pump one or the other. Medic bunker up there for Hatcat, very good. No sign of takeover yet, then certainly no sign of machining giving. And then we go moving in here to quickly cut off, maybe prevent the cut off being gained. Lieutenant moving up here, indicating, of course, that Syraw has gone for the platoon command post. In the south, fuel point there secured by the remaining Grenadiers who won the fight at a high cost in manpower. Pioneers moving in here. And back here we got more healing there for Hatcat. Back in Syraw's base, no sign of the ambulance as of yet. Trying to stand back here at the calf point, but engaged the reactions up north. Riflemen quickly moving on from the church. Overall, so far scattered fighting with overall no greater direction, instead of just looking to gain small tactical edges and deny the other bastard the resources. But in essence, no main battle lines have been drawn or anything as of yet. We got 4 Grenadiers here for Hatcat and no MD42s. Also 2 Pioneers. No tech up yet either. We'll have to see what we plan for with 4 Grenadiers. Jaeger Infantry would seem to be very much shooing in there, since 4 Grenadiers with 4 G43s would be very effective as all these Americans are on. Meanwhile, those pushing hard for light vehicles. Perhaps having a sense here of what Hatcat might be playing for. In that case, getting fast light vehicles could put some pressure there on Hatcat. Lieutenant here versus the Grenadiers. Two squads that's going to give the advantage here to Hatcat. In the south, sandbags up here by the victory point. Again, he is very consistent about his sandbags. Take out there, it's going to be behind the M20 and the Americans. This could prove a bit punishing there for Hatcat and the German army. As while the M20 is not overwhelming, if it's not really got anything to seriously counter, it can still be quite nasty to deal with. Plus, if it gets down any mines and then catches up any vehicles from Hatcat, that could make things further uncomfortable here for the Germans. North, or the centre here, we got the Estons fighting off a double gun squad force here. Up north, got the victory point almost back. M20 roaming about here, staying at a safe distance here to, decreased chance of getting somehow Panzerfaust. I mean, he knows his opponent's extra range, so he has to be a bit more careful with that as well, since, one mistake and his M20 is going to have, several new ventilation holes of a very large counter. There you go. Surrounding his opponent here by the road. Good play there by Syraw. Catching the Gunneers. Pioneers in a pretty bad spot. We got an ambulance away here for Syraw. We'd like to make a nice comedy out there for Hatcat. That should probably be a priority here, unless he's got something else in mind. No sign of a doctrine there for either side, though. No clear battle plan there. Being pursued against the other. So yeah, again, just continuous smaller skirmishes here. Again, no major pushes, just skirmish phase really. They're sort of trying to draw out the battle line still. It's really when it's sort of getting some heavier weapons in there, that'll sort of change. But like one of the reasons is just there's not really anything here. There's, for example, now the players really brought up support weapons. They're really basically both relying on infantry and some lighter vehicles. There's not really much sort of to stake out any sort of claims on territory with. More barbed wire there though. Calf point being hit there. Good play. Needs to counterattack immediately. Light machine guns on the way there for Hatcat finally, though that might preclude Jaeger infantry. Meaning he's either going to go for German infantry or assault support, though the longer he waits, more likely it is assault support, meaning Tigers and whatnot. So we'll have to see where that one ends up. But there you go, light machine gun up here, second light machine gun team ready. We still got the M20 to deal with. He's still got no light to make a nice company up, and very importantly, he has nothing to really stop the M20 with. That's definitely a bit of an oversight here for Hatcat and the German army here. Hitting the northern fuel pond, that's very nice, though he's been cut off there from the fuel upper zone. Using Pioneers up north there. And as they're heading hard against the Rifle, double arm machine guns, blazing down there on the Rifle near. More light machines up there for Hatcat. Still not building that light to make a nice company. Rifle never routing in the south. M20 falling back as well in the cover of a smoke screen. And a counterattack here with the Lieutenant, trying to reclaim the fuel here from the evil Nazis. Gain the Pioneers there. Back here, still not like to make a nice company. Back into our base. No further sign of anything else really here, though he's got the options for sure. And very crucially, no sign of doctrines either. Pioneers rushing out again. Oh, there we go. Oh, he actually skipped it and went for the Sapomacon. That's actually a pretty bold strategy there by Hatcat. A tier 3 rush strategy, which certainly is struggling a bit down to the constant fuel harassment there from his opponent. In which case, the German infantry would make a lot of sense, and stormtroopers with Panzerschrecks could that way help him deal with light vehicles and whatnot, and plus support the Panzers later down the road there. So I'm surprised he hasn't gone for it, and so only based here what is Hatcat's overall plan there versus Syraw, who's bringing out 50 calibers. Very nice for him. Troops reinforcing. So the question is, what does Hatcat get out first? Ostwindstug, or does he try and go for the Panzer IV here? I mean, he's rushed it out, so he needs to get something ultra fast here to just further, take advantage of it. And of course, the Ostwind is yet to be buffed yet, but in theory, against an opponent with mostly just infantry and light vehicles, the Ostwind here could still prove to be quite helpful for Hatcat. Whatever he goes for. Catching his on a bit of a bunch-up blunder there with the rifle grenade, forcing back both squads and almost taking out one. That is a very nice shot there. In the south, M20 continue to defend off against the Grenadiers. Fuel reconnected. Well, obviously, he quickly gets out something there. In the north, Free here finding for the fuel point there. Victory points wise, it's a small lead here for Syraw and the 3rd Armored Division over Hatcat and the 2nd Panzer Division. First 5th Cavalry there on the field and immediately beginning to tune to the Pioneers there, taking out one in a matter of moments. But there you go, flanked with the Grenadiers, Pioneers. He can soon go again for the Stug or the Ostwind, again he could transfer up for the Panzer IV. Meanwhile, Syraw has yet to take up, so whatever happens here, Hatcat enjoys a definite armor lead. He just essentially doesn't, toss it away. There you go, reactions wiped out. A small win there. Could mean the mines could be more, fruitful. Second, fifth cover there for Syraw. So he's, I think, not quite entirely ready for what's about to hit him. Whatever it is that hits him. I don't think it's going to be Stuke though, but again, Oscar the Panzer IV, certainly the way things are looking right now, he's just going straight for the Panzer IV. A bit more greedy, but I mean, long term it is just better. He's also finally going for an MD42. Probably not a bad idea either, to be honest. Still no sign of doctrine there from either player. They remain very much mum on that subject. Pioneers moving in there, going for the calf point. Need to launch a counterattack for the southern fuel there, since I mean he needs to keep as much fuel flowing can there for his panzer. Further finding around here. He's got minesweeper, but he's also got wire cutters, so he could try and cut some of the wire here by the centre victory point. Setting up position to help defend against the country. And there's a south. There you go. MD42 ready. He's also seconds away there from the Panzer IV. Panzerkampfwagen 4. Syraw yet to still take up. And of course, noting he's got no captain either. He's going for a weapon rack, so he can, in a pinch, now begin to consider bazookas. Here's a counter to the Panzer IV. But even that's going to take some time. And I mean, he can go for the Panzer IV and definitely should go for it then as soon as possible. And there we go. Panzerkampfwagen 4 on the way there for Hatcat and the 2nd Panzer to be short. North here we got the 5th Cavalry versus the Grenadiers inside the church here. Grenadiers sadly do not have range. Oh, they'll have some light range to the light machine gun. Grenadiers moving forward here we got the M20 hammering away. Panzer IV halfway down there. So with his Hatcat's rush strategy is going to work out. He's going to be able to push out a Panzer faster here than Syraw can react. Again, it seems like Syraw has just not considered that possibility at all. It is a bit of a rare strategy, to be honest, from the Wehrmacht. It had a bit of, shall I say, success, well, popularity I'd say more some time ago, but the problem is most players actually failed at the whole rushing part. They got the whole get a heavy tier 1, but they didn't quite get. They also then had to take up really fast to get out the tank as bloody fast as possible, usually wasting whatever initiative they have. But Hatcat here definitely seems to have grasped some core essences of it and has actually been able to push out the Panzer Force as reasonably fast as possible. Had he been able to defend his fuel pump better, probably could have had it out faster. Either way though, he's got a Panzer already at 12-minute mark, which is reasonably fast for a Wehrmacht player. And it's going to give Syraw here a bit of a headache, since again, he's got nothing to stop it with. He might be able to take out the 5th Cavalry here. There we go. Going to just take it out there. That's going to be able to something in season turn against Syraw and the US Army. There you go. M20 is also likely going to go down. I don't think Syraw again has even laid down mines, so that means less threats into the Panzer Force. Well, that bazooka dropped. So we'll grab the 5th Cavalry there as fast as possible. We'll see. Going to move towards the centre here, but right now that's a bit of a big problem here for Syraw again. He's lost the M20, he's lost the 50 caliber. His opponent's got a Panzer IV, right? And of course he's got a ton of infantry with light machine guns. He's finally beginning to upgrade there, but he needs bazooka teams, and he's lost his reaction, so he might actually have to upgrade some of his riflemen with bazookas, which is not necessarily what Syraw wants to do. He wants to keep those riflemen killing German infantry, and in that sense, upgrading the bazookas can feel as a bit of a downgrade. So he might be less than enthusiastic about that one. And we'll have to see what Hatcat does next. Does he try and rush for tier 4 as well? Does he go for Doctrine? Does he go for more Panzer IVs? Ostwinds? I mean, in this regard, he's got plenty of options here. But certainly the way he's going doctrinally, I mean, assault support seems the more likely bet. Syraw here in a pinch going for the heavy cavalry doctrine. Could very well be because he wants to go for the Persian. He's just kind of realising he's on the back foot now with the Panzer IV in the field, so he could try and push out medium armour to fight back at this, or he just try and hold the line and push for the bigger tanks. Meaning we could very well be looking at a bit of a bigger armour clash here. Rather than being routed by the Panzer IV, Syraw's position down again, deeply compromised. We got a munitions cache up here for Hatcat. An interesting choice at this point. Particularly, I mean, if he's going to go for assault support, why not just go for normal blitz? It's actually cheaper than a cache. Will give you munitions, roughly the same in fact as the cache, plus fuel. I mean, that just seems like a really weird choice there by Hatcat. Though again, that is assuming he's going to go for assault support, but again, at this stage, he's kind of lost out a lot of the advantage of Jaeger infantry, and German infantry was still good. He's also kind of sort of lost out of some of its better, timings and opportunities. So it feels like he's just shoehorning himself into assault support, but at the same time, even then, there we go. Now he's going for the orbital blitz. Just could have gone for it sooner, much sooner. Oh, he's clearly aiming for a longer game here versus Syraw, just trying to build up a resource advantage versus his opponent with the orbital blitz here. One of many trucks the Germans used in the early stage of the war. They had a lot of trucks which actually gave the Germans sizable logistical issues, since they struggled to actually have the right spare parts for all the different trucks at the right places. Another munitions cache. So he's going for blitzes and munitions caches. Again, munitions caches are much more expensive than orbital blitzes, at least 50 manpower more expensive. Yes, there's up. Why not just go for 2 orbital blitzes? He'd get the same amount of munitions, but also more fuel, which would really benefit him a lot more. Which would allow me to maybe push more tanks faster and go for the Tiger tank. Machine gun in a bad spot. Also, that's going to get wiped here. Don't know what happened to the 50 cavalry there. That was dropped, but guess it got destroyed somehow. Panther 4 could try and move, but it's being repaired. Then we got a machine gun bang up to defend the car front as well. Seems like Hatcat there's a bit paranoid, but again, I mean, in this case, the cache there kind of makes sense. But even then, I don't know. I'd still prefer, more open blitzes and, having that one set up, to be honest. The best part, I think, would actually be around the fuel point. That would get, twice as much fuel out of it, which would help Hatcat, again, very nicely with Tiger tanks and other tanks. Up north, going to do is fighting out here. Sandbags in the south here. And there you go, machine gun bunker red. We got the cache under fire here, though, from the M1 anti-tank gun. He's side take here for the captain again, indicating that Syraw here, especially with double anti-tank guns, is stalling now for the Pershing. Gunners was rifling here, but light cover versus heavy cover, plus the BARs, they should give the advantage to the Grenadiers, or the rifling over the Grenadiers. Bit of skirmish in the center with 2 Grenadiers pushing forward. Panther 4 good to go here for Hatcat, very good. Over blitz. Again, it seems like he, I don't know, is up to what it's up to there. Also, his cash is down, so they didn't really last much anyways. But he needs to get up doing with that over blitz soon. That would be my best advice there. As the big question is, what is he planning with all that munitions, besides maybe using some of that air support here versus Syraw? 24 jamming away there, Panther 4, half 8 veterans right north, we got Grenadiers sneaking forwards here. And there you go, finds up the old blitz, getting himself more fuel and munitions off the point here. So that's nice for him. Again, he's gaining almost 60 fuel there every minute, meaning he's almost getting 1 munition point per second. Panther 4 moving up here, half 8 on there, going 10 yard pitch runs, nicely timed here by Syraw, breaks up. Hatcat breaking up Syraw's infinite assault there. Hey, finally got smoke in there, but even then the rifle will have suffered quite a bit here. Panther 4 trying to flank about, but there's another anti-tank gun, plus more dangerously rifle than anti-tank rifle. No, he stops up! He stops up there. Silly person. Or maybe there's a panthering issue, I don't know. Either way, need to get the Panther 4 out. They also reposition that machine gun. Back here, troops hitting in forcing. Orbital Blitz continuing to pawn resources here for him. And we got a second Orbital Blitz. I mean, it's clear, I think, at this point going for a Tiger tank, but... And I feel like some of his resource expenditures are a bit weird. But either way, he clearly wants more manpower, or more fuel and more munitions. He obviously can't get more manpower. I mean, if he sets up the old blitz there, that's definitely going to give him, at least for a brief while, enough munition to get, again, 60 per minute or 1 munitions per second. There we go, we got a fragmentation bomb in here. Yep, there you go. Could have called in a bit better. I think the angle he called in from was a bit awkward. He should have called in from this way. That way, when he actually moved away, he would have been caught by us. Would have had better call in time. So this one was a bit, not good. Always consider the angle there, the fragmentation bombs, or any other sort of bombing runs like that. Always try to angle it like, the way you're planting your opponent to move, because there's no hell and way that Syraw's going to move that way. And he's likely going to try and move that way. So that was a bit of a poor call in there by his Hatcat, and a bit of waste of munitions, to be honest. 50 cover there wiped out. We got more smoke bombs in here to try and slow down the German infantry assault, remove some momentum. Or blitz they're still not set up again. He likes calling them in, but he seems to really slowly actually using them. And in a few seconds he will have the fuel there for the Tiger tank. He's got the command points, he just needs the manpower now. And meanwhile though, his opponent's brought up the Pershing, and very importantly, Hatcat has no real counters to it. No anti-tank guns, no Stubs, no Panzerschrecks. Did I already say no Telemines? If you haven't, again, no Telemines. Like, he's got only a Panzer IV to try and stall the Pershing with for several minutes now. That's not exactly the admirable situation there for Hatcat. Troops are reinforcing, of course, at the same time he can't really reinforce because he wants that Tiger as fast as possible to stop the Pershing, so at the same time he's sort of putting his economy in hold to try and get the Tiger. So in this regard, Hatcat, he has, I think, calculated here against Syraw. We've gone, the American Pershing is a bit cheaper, and thus it can actually hit the field a bit faster. It also has less population requirements. Not a lot, but slightly less. They're still the same command point requirements. Pershing versus Panzer IV, that is very much an engagement. The Pershing will win very consistently. Still trying to push southward to gain access to the fuel and reclaim it and deny it to the Americans. Very good idea there, since I mean he does need more fuel at the moment, just denying his opponent and showing he can't easily back up the Pershing. It's a pretty good idea there for Hatcat. In the centre, Syraw sticking in there. He was able to reclaim the 5th Cavalry there from the Germans, back here healing reinforcement. Captain there equipped with bazookas. Panzer IV shoots, bounces off the Pershing's armour. Grenadiers under fire. Back here, troops healing, reinforcing. Well, again, not reinforcing, they're just healing, they're waiting for the Tiger tank to arrive. He's down to 200 points here versus Syraw's 404. Hitting the southern point. Pershing there, closing on veterans you want. Troops reinforce. Again, not reinforcing, damn it. I'm just saying it. I have it. Because that's normally what they'd be doing. Because again, normally you just don't end up setting your economy on hold like this. Damn it. But we are now seconds away from him calling the Tiger, at which point he can begin reinforcing his troops once more. There we go. Tiger ready. Press the button, Hatcat. Press the button. There you go, Tiger tank ready. Again, he's got both points here under cover with all blitzes, meaning again he's getting plenty of fuel and munitions all the way versus his opponent. But of course, he needs to sort of do some heavy damage here with the Tiger tank, otherwise that's going to be a huge waste. Up north, right from here, taking heavy casualty there from the Panzer IV strikes there with its main gun and machine guns. Pioneers bring up Grenadiers charging in as well. Pioneers mostly, Grenadiers a bit occupied elsewhere. Tiger tank moving backwards here, Panzer IV trying to flank here the anti-tank gun. Need to be careful, he's going to need support, I think. Tiger tank hitting right from the carve point, damaging the Panzer IV. Need to get out of there and get it past the anti-tank gun. He's not handling that too well. And the Panzer IV's down. That was definitely a bit mishandled there. Usually want to back up your tanks with the infantry to ensure these kind of things don't happen. He's recruit the Panzer IV. That's a bit of a problem here. Also got the captain with his bazooka there, firing out the Tiger tanks. Moving up here, I think, to take out the Panzer IV. Shoots, misses. Grenadiers to back up. The captain takes scathing casualties here. Panzer IV shoots, bounces off the Tiger, 100 millimeters of thick armour. Shoots, sets off the munitions of the Panzer IV, killing the crew inside and denying it here to Syraw. Tiger versus Pershing fight continues. Both are low on health. Panzer first off here. Of course, in the case of Hatcat, he can actually now soon replace the Tiger, or the Panzer IV, because again of all of the upper blitzes and whatnot, ensuring he still has a decent munitions load. Almost got out there, but he's forced to fall back. The part Lieutenant tank coming up, and of course the smoke screen there, making it hard for him to range in on the Pershing heavy tank. Back here, troops in reinforcing. Southern fuel pump being hit again. Need to get some forces down there to deal with that. And he also runs off there with an American anti-tank gun. Troops here in need of healing, reinforcement. He's actually going for more pioneers first because he lost one. And he obviously in this case realises he needs to prioritise repairing the Tiger tank, getting back into the fight fast. Which is also why Syraw is going for more reactions to help do the same thing with his heavy tank. That was just being weird. And the South season the point here. And managed to clear out the entertaining there, so Syraw tried to make off with it once more. Need to get that other Pioneer squad working on that Tiger tank.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Schnell. Trying to take out the anti-tank though. Apparently that was one we actively fought by accident, I think. But there you go. Both Pioneer squads now working. The Tiger tank pin-up machine being added on this season. The southern fuel point back. Smoke screen off somewhere. Oh, in the centre there to help him rush the machine gun. Nice set over there by Syraw. Very nice. Noting by the way that machine gun bunker here on the car point has actually paid off nicely here for Hatcat. So thumbs up there. Tiger tank almost fixed up. He's definitely got the fuel for more tanks now, and should definitely go for more tanks. Meanwhile, Syraw should probably consider taking action to bring up more stuff to back up his Pershing, particularly after losing both anti-tank and to the Krauts. There we go, Tiger tank fixed up. Gefechtsbereit. And one anti-tank and also ready to take on Yankee tanks. Tiger tank up shooting here nicely on the rifle, doesn't quite kill anyone right away, but certainly leaves them much easier to kill. And there goes, scores a kill. Private Jones drops dead as he finds his leg, and lower intestines are blown out from under him. Cameras are going to lead up here in the north. Rifle grenade off here. In the south bit of skirmishing, going to push back here by severe American resistance with a lot of automatics. Pershing is a really bad move there, so I ran out of space. But yeah. Always be careful about that. The Pershing is really good at wiping infantry. It is one thing that is really important to understand about the Pershing. It is really good versus infantry. Really, really good. And then it gets better with more veterans. Tiger tank here, those 7 kills. Veterans who won. And of course the veterans are fast, which is also crucial to know about the Pershing. Tiger tank rolling back here, shoots, misses. Back here, troops reinforcing there for Mr. Hatcat. Or Mrs. Hatcat. Who knows? MG4 to the moving back there. Oh, nice weapon on the rifleman. Small tactical win there for Hatcat. But definitely should begin pushing out for more army here to bag up the Tiger tank. Stooks would be good at chance in it, a way to increase his chance of just knocking out the Pershing fast. Panzer force would be good just to help out the rest of the infantry as well, though. And there's also the other option of trying to take up fast, go for Panthers and Sturmpanzers, then back up his mighty Tiger, the mächtige Tiger Panzer. Anti-tank landing here on the Pershing, but the Pershing lands a counter hit, utterly obliterating the crew. Without second thought here. Takes out the Tiger tank here, using it as a support weapon. Anti-tank recruit again now. Might want to use some armor piercing rounds to increase the chance of penetrating the Pershing's armoured hide. There we go. Shot bounces as well though. But with the higher rate of fire of the M1, he should have a decent chance of doing some damage. But there you go, can't see it. Just doesn't shoot it, and there you go. Shoots there, finally gets penetrated, hit. Tiger tank is good to go. And wipes the anti-tank recruit. Bit of a blow there to Hatcat. But again, it's not his anti-tank in the first place. Troops on the front of the Tiger tank are suffering scathing casualties. We've got air support here to further try and break up the Syraw's infantry support. Destroying the anti-tank in there, possibly by accident. The Tiger tank having a bit of a known record for friendly fire damage in the game. Pershing they're hammering away. Good rate of fire, thinking part due to veteran G2 maybe. Maybe not, but that's what you feel. I'll wait. Pershing they're down to, well, less than half health. They've got a third health left. Back here, troops in reinforcing. Still no additional armor here for. Oh, there we go. Friendly fire again. Killing 2 pioneers. Oh, Tiger tank, please do change. But yeah, lots of fuel. You definitely need to get using some of that and begin pushing out more armor. Again, Stooks would be the faster, cheaper option that would help us as Pershings. Syraw, they're fine to bring out more armor. We got more machine gun bunkers. I mean, that's definitely something that is worth noting out here about Hatcat strategies. It's actually making use of machine gun bunkers, which do tend to be a bit overlooked. So, I mean, that's, again, worth keeping in mind. Can have some good effects in a longer game as well. Plus, I imagine there might be one reason why he has so many ways for getting munitions. Because, again, I think he just wants to just build the bunkers and upgrade them. So, that's something to keep in mind. Captain or Lieutenant Ford here backed up a rapid running into an awful lot of heavily equipped grenadiers. Coming from a notable set of angles here. And there you go, quick retreat here. Syraw realizes he doesn't want his men to just get slaughtered like that. Tiger tank going up here, closing eventually too slowly. Captain there in front line of fire before 2 having away ace level. Tiger tank shoots, and I think he's aiming here for the 50 caliber. Almost got it, but there you go. Gunner's flank from the south, wiping out their bit of blow there to Syraw. And the third armoured division Pershing going in for the Tiger tank shoots, penetrates. Tiger tank needs to turn back to deal with that, and there you go. Shoot bounces off the Pershing's armour. Sturmgeschütz on the way there for Hatcat. Realising that when the going gets tough, the tough call in the Stubes. Tiger tank there gaining better to the versus the Pershing, increasing its accuracy and range. Very nice there. Particularly versus infantry is where it really matters, but then doesn't hurt versus the Pershing. There you go, recent punch down front, you now eventually the Tiger. And the results are as predictable. The Reasons get absolutely murdered. Pershing they're hammering away there, ace level already. Again, the Pershing is probably the heavy tank that just veterans up the fastest by a lot. Destroying the 50 caliber here with the Tiger tank, showing about. Sturmgeschütz almost done there for Hatcat. Shattering that 50 caliber there with an excellent 88mm hit. That leaves it asunder. Heinz, yeah, was it really necessary to shoot at it? Couldn't we like just driven over it? Driven over it? Are you crazy? The Canadians will never allow that. Why is the Canadians dictating this war? I don't know. Black magic. A pact to the Satan. Or something worse. Worse? Yeah, worse. What's worse than Satan? You don't want to know. Targeting any repair. Sturmgeschütz moving ahead. You might want to get more. Well, again, you could consider taking out for Sturmpanzers. 18 kills on the mighty Tiger. Somebody's backing up with the light machine guns. Obliterating the lieutenant. Scott on the way there for Syraw to help deal with the infantry. Tiger tank slowly approaching the ace level of its own. Adding a pin machine to the Sturmgeschütz 3 ausführen gear as well. Early model, by the way, you can tell from the gun mantler there, for example. The early models had a more sort of square and a flat one, whereas later models would have a more rounded one, which sort of helped to deflect shots. Additionally, the top machine gun there would also used to be replaced with a sort of remote control machine gun similar to the Hetzer, that way making it a bit safer to shoot in the heated combat situations. Additionally, this also that's a bit harder to show, but it's also more common on the late models to have a coaxial machine gun on the Stubes. You might wonder, wait, what? Coaxial machine guns on Stubes? But yes, that was actually sort of something that was somewhat common. Even, well, not on the early ones, they actually had that as well. But certainly highlights that the Stube was not just a tank destroyer, it was an assault gun, even in the later stages of the war, because you don't add two bloody machine guns to something that's only meant to destroy tanks. Troops are being pinned down. Still lost an infantry squad. They could consider an artillery loss. He's, pretty good actually. And we got another Panzer IV there on the way for Hatcat. We got 60 points left for infantry and 34 here for Syraw. Tiger tank is ace level, by the way. That makes it very mean. Good rate of fire, good speed, and of course, good accurate range and all that. Captain Lieutenant in the centre being hit with a lot of light machine fire. Stube falling a bit back here for the time being. Tiger tank shoots, misses due to the terrain. Troops are healing and forcing. You could consider maybe some more machine bunkers somewhere, maybe in the south, roughly here maybe, sort of covering up there. Machine gun needs to retreat, needs to get some armour down there, think fast. We also need to counterattack here. And again, some more infantry really would benefit Hatcat here. Tiger tank there with 20 kills. Again, the terrain here, just even a slight bit of elevation can occasionally just cause these things. There's a bit of a side effect of the graphics engine. Well, not graphics engine, just the physics engine, whatever. Like, even occasionally, like, the slightest, like, indentation in the terrain can just cause these shots to just go completely just horrible. When in reality, they shouldn't really, but there you go. Stube moving up there, we got the Pershing in the way. Tiger, Panzer IV, Stube already hits up Assault American Assault, and there you go. Pushing in here, shots fired, penetrating hit down the Pershing. Tiger tank, 20 kills, keeps hitting the terrain, gonna need to retreat, they're gonna get wiped here, they're gonna die. TIE tank firing a bit here, but need to be careful still. Stu keep firing away, close to, again 22 needs to fall back here. We've got to called in as well. Bar the major Panther TIE tank falling back here as well. 20 kills here, TIE tank with 1 kill, and that's an infantry kill thanks to the machine gun. Bazooka misses the Tiger tank, or the Stu. North TIE tank didn't fire in again. The road here and the victory point is actually giving the Tiger crew a lot of grief, which must be really frustrating. Up north, he tried to hit the point and actually flank the German tanks, so ends up in disaster. The machine gun bunker there reveals his position and really gives some grief. Statue shattered, Tiger tank sadly again not quite landing the hit. There you go. Panzer IV got it. Yeah, that's a bit of an annoying road to be honest. In the south, hitting the victory point here. Back here, we got troops reinforcing. Still, he's down to 2 gunnery escorts. Need to bring up more infantry. He's going to learn what the Germans learned doing the fighting in Hungary. When Guderian may have sent in some tanks, in fact, without the infantry. Though I have a suspicion that might have been the Führer that sort of ordered him to do it, and he just did it because all this doesn't make a lot of sense. Either way, though, basically at some point during the fighting in Hungary, a lot of Panzer Division was sent in for some reason. Guderian had them take away all the infantry just in the tanks alone, without the infantry, and unsurprisingly, that did not go particularly well. So, I mean, again, infantry is quite crucial. But again, the English Guderian does make sense he would actually do that, so again, I have suspicion something might have forced his hand. And again, it is Guderian. He was a bit of a prick. Panzer IV on the way there. Need to fix up the Stug. But he's bringing up a lot of tanks and he's not got a lot of infantry to back it up. Comparatively, while Syraw does not have a lot of armour, he's got plenty of infantry. At least more infantry than Hatcat does. So there's a bit of potential problems. Anyways, Stug here being repaired. TIE tank can do with some repairs, but really he needs infantry. So there you go. Got 2 Panzer IVs, 1 Tiger, 1 Stug. Bit of infantry, machine guns, some pioneers. That's an opponent with the Pershing, Sherman, Scott, some Riersons, some infantry and all that. Troops heading northwards are coming in fire from the Panzer IV. But he needs to be more mindful of the road here with the Tiger tank because again we've seen that a lot of the shots just sort of hit the road and he just caused the Tiger to miss so many shots in a row, which again is really a bit awkward. You probably should look into fixing the map in that way because again that should not be happening so consistently. Trying to flank the bunker here by nice people got the S-bomb moving in to stop that. Tiger tank being fixed. Probably should allow the Tiger tank just to shoot the infantry more freely. Troops around the north, trying to sneak up here for the south. These Hatcats might just falling into meat grind attacks and be careful with the Panther IV. But it's up against the Ace Pershing. Tiger tank moving in here. Already taking down to look, he's going to flank here the Pershing. Taking fire from there to tank and Panther IV down now. There's a bit of waste, but we've got the other Panther IV moving up. Stug is also moving, but it's rather slow still. He's flanking the Pershing here. I guess that's not all bad. Panzer IV then is allowed to do infantry causing up from there. Stug. Not good here. Tiger tank. Oh, we got a Panther IV off on it. Pershing's almost down. Pershing gets a hit in there. Go. Down it goes. Need to clear out the anti-tank. And again, this is where infantry would be helpful to help deal with all the stuff here. Smoke bomb called in. Anti-tank almost down there. Go. Pop goes the Weasel. Need to pull back his arm. They got smoke called in here. Anti-tank can destroy it. Pull back everything. We got the Sherman in here. Oh no. Pathing issue there with the Tiger tank. It makes a 180-degree turn. Explosions re-armor here. Stug knocked out here with the Sherman. As Syraw launches a desperate counterattack here. Blitz, but also try and keep the front here towards the Sherman. No, he's not doing it. Oh, shite. He's exposed in the rear line. The Sherman Moisey hits. He's trying to make a 180-degree turn there to set the front armor here to the Sherman. That's a good move, but still need to careful. He's getting exposed in the rear. He's exposed in the rear, and the Sherman gets the Tiger ace. Brutal loss there for Hatcat, which now leaves Syraw with a larger force, in part because he's got more infantry, whereas again, Hatcat has very little left, and he looks like he's getting off for the Sherman as well there. So that was not good development there for Hatcat, to be honest. I'm imagining he's going to go here for the Tiger tank again, but he really needs infantry. He needs infantry badly. He needs bodies out on the field there to slow down your fight against Syraw's infantry. Smoke there called in by Syraw. Seizing the southern victory point here with the echelons. We got 60 points for the 213 machine and bunker hammering away here. Panzer IV being fixed up. Again, he is very much going for that Tiger tank, but he needs infantry so badly. I mean, a pinch you could just use the officer call in there. It is it's a 5-man infantry squad for 240 manpower. with the ability to call in smoke, which will also be helpful there for Syraw at times. And some other fun bits. 15 kills in the MB42, which is carrying things alongside again another machine gun bunker. That's actually his third machine gun bunker. I mean, thumbs up there to Hatcat for that one. If only I could say the same about his infantry at the moment. Ha ha ha. Syraw's also staying up here with the Pershing. Of course, the crucial difference here is Syraw still has more infantry than Hatcat does. And turn their push back. Groupings pressed up north. We got the Panzer on the move here. Going here for the Scot. Catching Syraw off guard. Their quick smokes being deployed here by the Pershing, but sadly it's not enough. He's even blitzing it just to make sure he's close to it, but of course need to get caught up in a lot of bazooka fire, but still. Scott missed though, that's a bit unfortunate. Got the charge timing up, we got the Pershing ready almost here for Syraw. He just needs a bit more fuel. Nice hit there on the Sherman. Panther taking a lot of hits from the bazookas, closing the game eventually 2. Sherman, there you go. Panther fires to the rear, hit from the Panther getting 2. Tiger shoots, misses. Panther going to do the Sherman with a bit of bad luck. Oh, he's going to still try it. There you go, gets the Sherman. Bunker up being repaired here still. Hatcat needs, infantry needs to repair that Panzer IV as well. Syraw is super close to the Pershing, he's just not getting enough fuel here. 60 those on 91. It seems like though Hatcat might have stabilised the situation despite a crucial lack of infantry.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Gonna be moving up here. There you go, nice hit there. Against the reactions is a hit. I suppose not more accurate. There you go, that's a better hit. Banging some more crucial catches in the echelons. Titan things moving in there, falls in the way. Fixing up the Panzer IV. Captain being pushed away by the Tiger tank. And there you go, fresh Pershing up for Syraw. And the 3rd Armoured Division. Another Panzer IV. Again, I really feel like here that Hatcat badly needs infantry, very badly. Pershing shoot bounces off the Tiger tank's frontal armour. Second shot misses, going for anti-tank to deal with the Panzers. Not a good, bad move there by Syraw at all. Fixing up the Panzer IV. So then some additional troops here for Hatcat. Scott there halfway to the ace level, very nice for him. Major there, splintered up by the Tiger tank. Hits the Roan again. There you go, M1 anti-tank out here for Syraw. Again, that's 2 Panzer IVs and a Tiger tank. Lots of armour here for Hatcat, but once more, a critical lack of infantry. He's going for more pioneers at least, but still more grenadiers. Oh, the artillery field officer would really pay off, I think, big here for Hatcat in the longer run. However long that is, though. This fight here is already above 40 minutes. Could be heading towards the 1 hour length here for all we know. Start fixing up the Tiger tank. Push here for the centre again. He needs to try and think, sneak up from other angles rather than just attack head on here against Hatcat. Then again, lacking infantry and other things, it might be a bit easy to work out. Though, of course, there's still the machine gun bunker to worry about. He's going in for the northern one, though. Nice play there. Trying to, in fact, this could actually have been a diversion to away attention from that. But there you go. Flanking with the Panzer IV, explosion tilt to the Pershing there, and the anti-tankers. Less good still. He's trying to get it. For some reason, the Panzer IV did not shoot him. Float pop smoke. Still, he might be able to get the Scot here. Pershing there was the Tiger tank. Re-exposed to the Tiger tank. That's pretty good here. We've got a lot of bazooka teams here. Opening up the Tiger tank still. Again, and this is kind of where we hit the issue with is a lack of infantry to clear off the re-echelons with the bazookas, causing a lot of damage here to the Tiger tank. And also lacking some deal here with the anti-tank. We've got the Panzer IV splitting in. Bet you 2 there close. Shot bounces. Shot bounces. There you go. Bazooka fire takes out the Panzer IV. Tiger tank into support. But here we can see his armoured forces are falling apart because he lacks the infantry to back up. Still gets the Pershing, but now caught in front of the bazookas and the anti-tank here. And once he loses the Tiger tank, I mean, he's going to have next to nothing left. He's lost his remaining grenadiers as well. Panzer IV trying to escape anti-tank rifle grenades and fails. With that, the Panzer IV is out of commission. leaving him just with a heavily damaged target tank. He's finally going for infantry, but right now the issue is Syraw has so much more. The only thing that's really keeping him in the game here is those 2 machine gun bunkers, which makes it hard here for Syraw to just move ahead. Of course, the machine anti-tank in here should assist a lot then clearing out his bunkers. He's got smoke there to assist further. There you go, bunker down. We got 6 of us on and 5 more anti-tankers out here for Syraw. Target tank being fixed up, 12 kills there. MG42 setting up here, 17 kills, but it's in a pretty bad spot here. No cavalry versus unit with BARs in at least light cover, and of course lots of efficiency. That is a really bad proposition. Going for an Austrian, we send some severe desperation, I think, there by Hatcat. Moving up the major. Ooh. Can't deal with the machine gun bunker there, which he didn't clear out. He could, of course, come up with his tank to deal with it, and that's likely what he's going to do. Samex on the center there, going to take on the move. Other one ready as well. Flak pound's almost done there for Hatcat, but again, he is still desperately short of infantry. Second bunker down. Target tank here going for the kill, they're going for the jugular. We got 51 versus 105. Of course, he's charging his side. He might forget about the northern victory point. I imagine Syraw is not. Or maybe he is. But there you go, pushing into the target tank too far, suffering engine damage here. Surrounded by anti-tankers, and again, he's got no way of aiding the target tank because that's not infantry. He's got theoretically the Austrian, but even that's going to take some time to get in there. So the critical lack of infantry here for Hatcat is ultimately undermining him. And we go target tank down. Got the flak pans out, but he's losing control of the victory point. He's bleeding out fast, and he doesn't really have a lot to increasingly launch counterattacks with. So even when he had a severe arm advantage, the lack of infantry really just prevented him from using it effectively. Down to some slightly awkward armor tactics, which again largely happened because he didn't have enough infantry to execute better ones. Maybe up north here versus the flak pants being torn to bits here. Troops suppressed in the centre, machine gun joining in here. They got 28 versus 105. We got air support going to the centre. Smoke bombs called in as well.
Germans are on the ropes. They're down to 25 points.
24 points left. Rushing in the MD42. 20 points left, and it is on the way there for Hatcat. He's finally going for more infantry again. But in the end realises the fight is over, and there we go, GG, game over, loss here for Hatcat, a victory for Syraw. An interesting fight there with a tier 3 rush strategy there by Hatcat, but it could have been executed. There were some awkward elements there. But there was also times where really close, but the issue was just tank and infantry cooperation he struggled with. He also struggled in maintaining enough infantry as the fight went on. Otherwise, that veterinary free Tiger was very nicely handled. But the worst issue then again, part was just again a lack of infantry to support his tanks as the fight went on, and that really just undermined where Syraw there, while he struggled with some elements, was able to maintain his infantry reasonably well, ensuring he could always just threaten the tanks at least somewhat, and he also fight for the points much more effectively. So again, while Hatcat did make some good moves, in the end he was undermined by some bigger, badder ones. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell your enemies. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. Hope you all tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.